Hello there, Waste Warriors. I have another fantastic question I wanted to give some time to today. It's from Mary. And Mary writes, "Hi Rachel, having reused supermarket food shopping bags for years as pedal bin and waste paper bin liners, I really grudge the cost of having to buy liners for these two bins. What can you recycle to line pedal bins and waste paper bins?" Well, you're probably new to the list, but what you'll learn about me is I do like to issue people cheeky little challenges. So, Mary, my first question to you would be, what is it that you're putting in the bin that makes you need to line it? So, I can kind of understand the pedal bin, but I'm thinking of waste paper bins, say in your bedroom or in your bathroom. I can't imagine that there's anything going in there that actually needs the protection of being within a carrier bag, for instance. And when it comes to the pedal bin in the kitchen, I assume you're talking about, I would say that if you're not throwing away food waste, then there's nothing particularly sort of wet or sort of dirty that's going in there, and so therefore you don't need any liner for your bin at all. Now, I don't know if this has you gasping in horror, so I think then the first thing to do is actually take an audit, a bin audit. Get your rubber gloves on, put a clothes peg on your nose, go through it, and make a list, if you have to, of what it is exactly that's going into the bin that puts you in a position where you need to buy something to line that bin. And what you may find is that there's one particular material going in there, and you need to perhaps, change your shopping habits or find a way to deal with that. And then all you really need to do is just give your bin a rinse, and just like you would say your washing up bowl occasionally. It shouldn't really be that dirty, I don't think, unless I'm really misunderstanding the circumstances that you're in. So that would be my little challenge to you. Actually take an audit, look at what's going in there, and ask yourself the question, do I really need to line the bin? Maybe it's just a habit, or that we all do things on autopilot, and when we stop and think, somebody challenges us to stop and think about it, we think, oh, actually, no, I've been hoodwinked by marketing. I feel that way about cleaning products. We have products for the floor, for the work surfaces, for the oven, for the table, for the windows. Actually, it's virtually all the same stuff, except in a different colour with a different smell on it. And once you realise that, you've realised that you've been literally buying into something that isn't even necessary. So that would be my first answer. If, however, you say, no, Rachel, there's something going in here and I really don't want, my bin getting dirty, then I put the question out to our Facebook group, and a couple of suggestions came in that I thought were really good, were to reuse then the packaging that you buy your toilet rolls in. I don't know about you, but we buy them in kind of a 10 pack, so the carrier, the plastic that comes in is really quite sizable, and that would definitely line a waste paper bin. It may line the pedal bin, depends what size that is. Another idea that somebody gave, which I thought was brilliant, because it's a real win-win, is so many of us are inundated with charity bags that get put through the door, and we're not decluttering so often that we can keep filling them up every couple of weeks, so you could repurpose those. And somebody else mentioned, you'll have to do a bit of googling on this, but apparently there is a way to line your papers with newspaper that can be quite successful, a little bit like you would line your food waste caddy. So I hope some of those ideas have given you something to think about. I'd be really interested in feedback from other people to see what it is you're doing, because I know lots and lots of people used to repurpose the old disposable carrier bags from the supermarkets, and of course now we're charged 5p for them. Who wants to do that? None of us. So have a think about other things that you could reuse: toilet paper, packaging, charity shop bags that get put through the door. I know sometimes they've got little holes in them, but I think you could probably fix that so that there's nothing to leak through. But really, let's go back to the root source and ask ourselves, what is it going into that bin that means I need to line it? Because maybe when you start to look at it, that's the answer, is that you don't need to line anything at all. I hope that was useful to you, Mary. Thanks so much for sending in your question, and I'll speak to you all again soon.